Hey everybody, it's Bobby. Welcome back to Growing Super Hot Chilies. Today we're going to be taking all of our seedlings that we got to germinate and we're going to pot them up. I went and picked up a couple of Jiffy seed trays, like so. Each tray comes with 18 of these little 2x2 plastic containers. I like these because it's easy to bottom water your plants and it's going to help prevent dampening off of your plants. Secondly, our soil. We have Jiffy Organic Seed Starting Mix. I used this last year and I like this also because it has really good drainage and it's a nice light soil. So it's going to also help prevent dampening off. So that's our containers and our soil. And for nutrients this year, I went ahead and got some liquid nutrients. I got CalMeg Plus. I got a quart of it, and a lot of people say that you don't really need to worry about using any nutrients on your plants until they have like 2 or 3 sets of adult leaves, and not to really worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and give them about half a dose now, because it says here for seedlings and clones, the first week you give it to them, you want to give them 2 milliliters. So with that, I put 2 milliliters in a gallon jug of water, and I use that water to moisturize the soil. And I only used about a half a gallon of water, so 1 milliliter of the CalMeg Plus, spread out between all these little seedlings here. So let me get it down and show you what's going on here. Alright, so I've got the full tray here, mostly full. There's a couple that hadn't germinated yet, but that's taken care of, and we'll go over here and I'll show you how to pot up your seedlings. Just take one of your containers and grab some soil. A lot of the bag soil like this, you're going to find like small little twigs or something like that in it. Just pick them out. You don't really want them in your containers. So fill it up almost to the brim, like so. A little bit more. And when you're putting soil into these containers, don't pack it down. Just kind of give it a shake and let it settle. That way there's plenty of air in your soil, and the air can get to and around the roots, and it's going to help them become really strong. Alright, so you have it filled up, and you just basically use your fingers, and if you're using peat pellets like me, I'm using my fingers to dig down, and I'm going to go almost all the way to the bottom. I'm just going to leave a small amount of soil on the bottom because the roots will go out towards the sides, and they'll have plenty of room. But the reason I'm doing this is so I can put the seedlings and the peat pellets very deep, and I'm going to cover up as much of the stem as possible, because what that'll do is allow the stem to produce more roots. Any stem that you have on your seedlings that gets buried in the dirt is going to produce roots. So it's going to give you a stronger root system. So once you have that set up, the next thing is to take your seedlings. I'm going to take this red habanero, and in your peat pellet, it's got a small layer of fabric around it. Just go ahead and gently peel that back and peel it off. Alright. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky because you don't want the peat pellet to fall apart, and a lot of these are going to have roots coming out of the bottom, so just give it a nice tug back and forth until it comes off. And you're going to put it, let me see here, yep, red habanero is going right here. And another thing I like about these trays is you can make a graph for what plant is where. I made this graph so it's going to tell me where all my seedlings are at, and I'm not going to lose track of what plants are what, because once you lose track of a plant, you're not going to know what it is till the pods start coming out. Alright, and I put this peat pellet as deep as I could, and I'm just going to push the soil around it nice and gently. It's going to cover up some of the stem that was already coming out. These were pretty leggy. I waited a while so I could make this video for you guys, so a lot of the seedlings, they got leggy. As soon as you see your seedlings start germinating and they're popping out, as soon as you see the leaves on it, you can transplant them right then and there, like 1 or 2 at a time. That way they don't get so leggy. Alright, and these were so leggy. Normally I would try to get the soil all the way up to the just below the leaves, but in this case I can't do that. So next one on our list is going to be the yellow boot right here. Now, out of that tray of peat pellets, there was 25 of them on there, and 21 of them have germinated already in less than a month. A lot of super hot chilies, they take upwards of a month to germinate. If I don't get all these to germinate, I should have a couple extra seeds for most of them. Some of them I don't. So hopefully I can get each variety to germinate. Again, let's put it nice and deep, like so. Cover the dirt up, and you can always, if there's a little bit more room to put a little bit more soil in, you can do that. Just be careful. The reason I put the soil in first and dig the hole is so I could just drop the plants in. If you try to just drop your peat pellet down in there and put soil around it, your plants are very fragile at this stage, and you could accidentally be putting the dirt in around there, the soil, and you clip your plant and break it in half and kill it. So I like to do this method. Last plant we have today is going to be the mystery seed. I had, for some reason, one of my bags that I had seeds in from my first grow season, I forgot to mark the bag. So this is either going to be red, yellow, ghost pepper, or maybe butch tea or habanero. It's definitely not the Reaper, because I got the Reaper seeds after that fact. Okay, last one. Pop it in here nice and gently. Just you can twist it back and forth to get it to settle all the way down. Nice and easy. Push your soil in, and that's that. Now I have, out of this tray and 18 cells, 3 are still empty. I'm waiting for those to germinate. Let me come around here and show you what I got. And it might be worth mentioning in this video, the initial watering I did to hydrate the peat pellets, that's the only water that those seedlings got. And as you could see, all the peat pellets still had plenty of moisture in it. And that's another thing. You don't want to overwater your plants, because you can get dampening off and it will kill your plants. Anyway, I'll come around here. That's pretty much it. It's very easy to transplant from the peat pellets into their new homes. They're going to be in these containers until I pot them up and put them outside. So we got 2 Reapers here, Carolina Reapers. We got 2 yellow brain strains there. 1 Moruga Scorpion that I got to pop. One hasn't popped yet. These 2 are going to be the white habaneros. A really awesome pot. I like the white habaneros. This is an empty spot for Jay's Peach Ghost, and there's the one that had popped for me. This, I believe, is the Bubblegum 7 pot. It came up and it's just a tiny little runty Bubblegum 7 pot. Hopefully I can get the other one to germinate. We'll see. See what it does. I don't think that one's going to die off just yet, though. I think it has a chance. Bottom row, first one, Sunrise Scorpion, and then Chocolate Scorpion here. After that, Brown Douglas, Butch Tea Scorpion, and Fatali Yellow 7 pot last. Alright, so I got a nice variety of plants this year. Like I said, there's, well, 1, 2, 3 empty spots there, and then those 2 are just, they're empty. Anyway, that's that. Let me, I'll be back once I get these under the light, and I'll show you how to properly adjust your plants to the light setup. Alright guys, I'm back and I have the trays set up under the lights. If you can see here, they're just a few inches under the light. I'd like them to be slightly higher, but this will be fine for now. You usually want them about 3 inches away from your light, just so they can really absorb as much as possible. So I have those in there. And also for my last video, if you saw that little bonsai project I had going on, look at the sprouts on this thing. It's going nuts. I gave it CalMag, gave it a half dose, and it is just sprouting like crazy. There's a few dozen shoots coming off of it, and I think I'm excited about that. It's gonna be pretty cool. So you can barely even see that top now. They're already overshooting the top, and they're nice. The light makes them look light. They look a lot lighter than they actually are. The leaves have like a nice green color when the lights are off, a dark green. And real quick, let's check out the overwinters. The butch tea back there, getting a whole bunch of sprouts. I also gave these guys a half dose of CalMag. Starting off, I didn't want them to have a full dose just yet. These guys are well below the lights, but I just want them to take it real easy. Whenever they get to a certain height, I'm probably going to chop them back down all the way up until about a month before I put them outside. But this is the yellow ghost. It doesn't have a whole lot of leaves, but it's getting there. It's starting to pop some out. And the Reaper, Carolina Reaper, it's got that initial one that I left on there, a small branch, but it also has some new nodes coming out, you know, around there. But that's it, guys. You know, potting up your seedlings after they germinate. That's it. They're gonna be in here for a couple months, and they start to grow fast. They really do. Some of these are a bit leggy, but I think they'll be all right. It's gonna be fine. And in the next video, we're gonna go over calling the week. Some people don't agree with it, but that's just how life goes. We're gonna get rid of the weak ones, and we'll pick out the strongest one, and it will be the plant of the year. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.